Hello, what's up, good people? This is Lantek Philo. Welcome to our new video today. And in this today's video, we'll discuss on how you can create an educational website. So using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, you can see that you'll have your navigation here, and then your logo. You can have your background image, which is changing. You can also have a link here, a button. And you can see that the background image is changing from after some time. Okay, so the next one, you'll have another section here whereby if you place your mouse here, it changes the background and all that. You can also have the recommendation by other student. You can see that it's bouncing in and out. So the other one here is our courses, the courses that are offered. You can see that we have a section here for the courses. We have several courses here, and also we can have the contact page whereby a section actually then we'll have now your phone numbers. You can have your email, the social media icon. You see now it's yes. Then we'll have a form whereby you can fill your form here, your name and all that. You can type your message and then you click on submit or cancel. You see now it has very responsive buttons and actually they look very nice. Okay, and then after that we'll have now a very beautiful footer. You can see here we can have several links here and all that. Then you'll also have recent post, and then finally you'll have now the copyright section whereby we'll create a long last. Now with this, now we just need now to start our today's video by just going direct to our text editor. On our case here, I'm using Visual Studio Code. Now at first we'll have our first section. Okay, this is section. Okay, then this section we can have now another class name, which is navigation. Okay, and then we'll also have at this point we'll have an image. Okay, this is image. Okay, and then you see that this is what, okay, sorry, this is my logo images. Okay, now so you have several images here. We have a folder here for the images. You can see that we have several images here. See, we have my logo PNG. Okay, sorry, this is PNG, not GPG, PNG. Okay, now see, now the logo is inserted there, and then at this point you can just set the width. You can set the width for the logo, the width, and also the width to 60 pixel, and also the height is also set to 60 pixel. Great. Now after that you'll need now to create another class name for the nav links, or what you call nav links. You can have class name for the nav links. Okay, now for these nav links we'll create a URL. You can have a URL. Okay, now this point we can have first of all and then you can just copy all this into several. Okay, now then you can have the last one there, and then you can just change. You can just change send to y has. The other one you can have courses, then the other one you can have about us, and then lastly we can have conduct. Conduct us. Okay, then after this point you can have a class name. Let's call it conduct. Okay, now if you click here and refresh, see this is now how it is appearing. Great. With this you can give this section a class name. You can give it a class name and then you call it ender. Then after that you'll proceed to style, and then you'll start styling now. I'll start with the navigation. Now is this class name here. So okay, you'll have now this is navigation, and then you can set a width. To 100%. You can also set the height. To auto. Let's set it to auto. Background you can set to okay. Now the position will be just fixed. That index we can just set it to 2. Then we'll have the display. Can have the display which is flex. Okay, will be displayed in flex form, and then justify content, space between. Great. Now after that you can click on refresh. See, now this is how it is appearing. See, now let's proceed, and then the next part is to work on the nav links. You see, now we have the nav links here, the class name here, so you can copy okay. Then this is what navigation class name, and then nav links, and then you'll set the URL. Okay, this one will be display. The display will be in form of a flex, and then margin will be just 15 pixel, 10 pixel. Now you see how it is appearing now. Great. Now the next one is you can just copy this, and then is to work on the high. Okay, this is a list style. We can just set it to none, so the bulletin and all that will be removed, and then the margin will be just 5 pixel to the top and the bottom, and then 20 pixel to the right and left. Great. You see, now this is how it is appearing. And the next one is to work on the links itself. You can just copy that, and then you just need to paste it there, and then you'll have the link. And then at this point you can set the color of the links to 0, which is black. We can set the font size to 18 pixel. Text decoration, you can set the text decoration to none, so it will remove the underlining and all that. Then padding, it will have a padding of 5 pixel around. Okay, nice. Okay, you see, now this is how it is appearing. Now you can just need to copy this, and then when you place a mouse over it, how should it appear. Okay, now this one, the color will just change the color only, so we'll change the color to blue. Okay, the blue will have, now this is okay, that is blue in color. So when you place your mouse, you see now the color is changing to blue. Okay, now you can just copy this class name. Okay, at this point you just need to paste it there, and then we have a class name for the contact. Now the contact is the last class name for the contact us button. This one we just need to style it, whereby we'll need to insert the border. We can insert the border, which will be 1 pixel solid. Okay, and then we'll also have the padding. We'll increase the padding of this button to 10 pixel top and bottom, and 20 pixel right and left. Okay, you see now, this is now how it is appearing. Great. Now after that, you are done with the navigation part. We just need now to insert the background image, which is changing. Okay, the background image which is changing after some time. Okay, to do that, you just need to go back to your HTML part, and then just below here you can create a class name and then call it slideshow container. Let's call it slideshow container. Okay, this is container. So actually we are creating it inside the, okay, we are supposed to create it inside the section, the header. So whereby we'll create a slideshow container. So we are creating it inside the section, header section. All right, now this is slideshow container, and then the next one we'll have now a class name, which is my slides. You can give it my slides, and then fade. This fade is now okay. Let's give, okay, sorry, this. Okay, now we'll also need to insert fade. Now fade is just for the animation name. Fade is just the animation name. I'll show you where to use it, so do not worry about that. Now the next one is to insert an image, the first image. Now you can insert the first image, which is images, and then you can have background image 1. Okay, then after that you can proceed and create another text box. You can create a text box at this point. Okay, after creating the text box, we'll start with the heading 1. Okay, now with that you can create a paragraph tag, and then the paragraph will, this is now the paragraph tag. You'll need now to add a button. Okay, this is a button, and then you can have, this is what, okay, you can have that, and then you can give it explore now, then you'll have to end it at this point. Okay, now if you go back to your browser and then click on refresh, you see now this is how it is appearing. Sorry, we have okay, sorry, this is now, okay, this is how now it is appearing, the image now. Okay, now let's go to before we go to CSS, we just need to copy this image or this section to several, whereby we have now this is what, where we have the my slides. Okay, up to that point. Okay, now you just need to copy it, then you paste it into several, and then you'll also need to change this background to 3, change this one, and then this one to 2. Okay, if you go back to your browser and then click on refresh, you'll see now we have, now this is now your images. You've inserted your images. Now we just need to set them as background image using CSS. Now we just need to go to our style and then start working on with the first class name, which is now the slide container. This one now you can just copy it, then go to the CSS here, and then we can say that the width, and set to 100%. You can also have the height set to 100 VH. Okay, you can also have the position set to relative. You can also have the marginal round auto. Okay, now the next one is to style. Now is to style the images. So we have now the class name slideshow container, and then another class name here, which is my slides. Then we can have now slideshow container. Then you can just say my slides, paste the class name there, and then we'll have to style the image. The image will have now the width, which is 100%, also the height, which is set to 100 phi. Okay, you see now, this is how now it is appearing now. Okay, let's expand and see. You see, this is how now it is appearing. Okay, you have your first image, your background image, the second, and the third. Okay, now before we style the test or the test box which contain this information, now this information, we can just add some JavaScript here, just below here, where we have now section here. You can say that add JavaScript. Okay, now you can add a certain JavaScript here in between the script code, inside the script code. Okay, this is now JavaScript. You can see that let the slide index, you can just give it slide index, go to 0. Okay, now you can see that show slide. We just need to create a function here. We just need to create a certain function here, show slides. Okay, and then we'll say that the function, this function now, the show slide function, show slides. Then we'll say that we'll have let I, then you can just say that this is x, let x, let's call it x and give it a variable, let x, then you can say that let slides document dot get by class name, what element by class name, then you can just give it, which is now the my slides. My slides is now this the class name here, this class name here. You see, now this is what you said. Now you let it get by class name, which is my slide, and then we love the insert now the use of for loop. At this point, you can say that x first expression now this is now equals to 0, so it will be just starting at 0, and then we'll have x which is less than slides length. Okay, then x you in increment. Okay, now after that you'll have now the slides, then you can have this is x, and at this point you can just say the style display, it will be displaying what none, so it will be none. Okay, now we want now to add a certain JavaScript whereby now it will be showing now there when you after some time like 4 seconds, you can set to 4 seconds, 5 seconds, it will be showing. Now to do that you just need to say that at the slide index which is now around some increment there, you can say that if slide index is greater than the slide length. Okay, now you can just set the slideshow okay, slide index which is slide index equals to 1. Okay, then at this point you can say now the slides is equals to slide index less 1, so we'll have now style we'll have now to display a block. Okay, now you just need to set timeout. Okay, you can set timeout whereby we'll have now this is my show slides, and then you'll have this is what so just set it to 4 seconds which is now set in milliseconds, which is 4000 milliseconds. Then you could just say that this is can I do that, so change the image every 4 seconds. So you can click on refresh, then okay, you see now, so you have set everything, and then you see, go back to your browser, click refresh. You see now the image is changing. See, changing from the first image to the next, all that. So it's changing after every 4 seconds. You can reduce the time you want it to change. If you want it to take long, you can just increase here. You can just set it to 1 second. You see, it will be changing faster. You see, it's changing faster. So let's set it to 4 seconds. Okay, 4 seconds are enough. Okay, that is to set now, or to start the test. Now to start this test now, you just need to go to our CSS, and then we'll have now to copy this class name, the class name here now, which is now the test box. Now the test box now. Okay, now we can have the test line. %, enough left, set to 30%. You can also have the position set to absolute. Then you can also have transform, translate to negative 50%, then negative 30%. Okay, now you see, now the image comes in here. You see where the images come. Now you just need to continue, and then the next one is to start now the test box. You can just copy the class name test box, and then you can start with the heading 1. You can start with the heading 1, and then there's a font size. You can set the font size to 80 pixel. Okay, the color to be white. You can change the font weight to bold up. You can also set the letter spacing. The letter spacing to 3 pixel. Margin bottom. I can set the margin bottom to 5 pixel. Great. Now I just need to click on refresh and see. Now this is how it is appearing now. Okay, let's continue. Then the next one is to copy. Now this is heading 5. You can style the heading 5, and then you can see that the color is just black. Then you can have font size to 33 pixel. Great. Okay, we have great. You see that this is now there. Okay, you see now it's set up that. And you see now the heading 5 here. The heading 5 now is giving more instruction about the school. This is a school motto, education lights the way. Okay, then you can see that we have a span here for the and then in 5 you can just copy this, and then let's copy this. You can have a span at this point, and then a span will have a color. We'll change the color for the span to be something like, okay, Okay, the font size also, we can increase the font size to something like, let's put it at 38 pixel. Okay, now it will be different color and also a different font size. Okay, now we just need now to work on the next one. Okay, let's work on the paragraph now. Let's work on the paragraph. The paragraph tag here. Just need to this. Okay, just copy this, then and paste it there. And delete all this. You can change this is paragraph. You can change the color. Color will be just okay. Now the font size. Can also reduce the font size. The font size will be just 22 pixels. Then we'll have now the margin. Also the margin, which is set to 10 pixel top, outer left or right. Okay, sorry. Then 50 pixel bottom, and then outer. Okay, at the left side. Okay. This is how it is appearing. This is how it is appearing. We just need to work on the button here. Just need to work on the button. And then for the button, we can just copy the class name here. Then you can say that the padding, you can set the padding to 15 pixel top and bottom, 25 pixel right and left. You can also have the border which is set to 1 pixel solid. Text decoration. You can have none. Then color, you can just set the color of the text color. You can have this is what. Okay. Then you can have font size, which is set to 20 pixel. Then we'll also have the transition to make it transit or change smoothly when a mouse is placed over, which is set to 0.3 seconds. Okay, you can also change the color when you place a mouse over. When you place a mouse over, then you can have this color and change it to white. Okay, and then the padding will be just 10 pixel, 15 pixel. Okay, I just click here and click on fresh. You see now when you place your mouse over, it changes now smoothly, and now I think now it looks nice. And with that, we are done with the now the background and all that. We just need to proceed to the next part of our tutorial, which is now why choose us. You see, now this is now the next section we want to create. This is what you want to create, the reason why you should learn with us. Okay, now before we proceed to that section, we can make these the transition of this background image look nice by use of animation. Now you see here we have a fade is now is a class name that we will be using, and then at this point we can just have fade as a class name here, and then you can give it animation name. sorry, animation name, and give it fade. Okay, it's already given the fade, and then animation duration you can give it to 2 seconds. Okay, after that you can have at this point you can have the keyframes whereby you'll have from opacity and then you can have this is opacity, which is 5, to opacity which is 1. Okay, so it will be just changing to. Okay, now with that you can just click on fresh and see. Okay, this is 0.5, 0.5 to 1. Okay, you see now how it is changing. Now great. Now the next is to work on the next section. Why should we done with us? Just need to go to now the HTML part, and then just below here, just below this section, now you can have another section at that point, and then you can call it section. Okay, now with this section you can give it a class name. Give it a class name which is benefit, and then at this point you can create first class, what do you call, container, or the first div class, which is benefit container. And then the next one is to create first another one which is call1. Can give it call1. Then can also have call2. Also have what? Call2. Okay. For call1, we'll just leave it blank. It will just have a background image. So we can just add some text to column2, to call2, whereby we'll have start with the heading 1, and then you can say that the reason why you should learn this. Okay, now with that you can just change, add another container there, and then you can say that call2 container. Just call it call2 container. Okay, call2. Okay, sorry, this is call2 container. Okay, then at this point you can add calls2 just card, add another card. This is calls2 card. Okay, now after that now you need to add certain icon. Okay, which is now there. This one is just class. Now this class name is just for that icon. We need to add a certain icon here, which is for, we'll have this sort Aline lane pump. Okay, now after that you just need to add another one and then give it a class name which is test. Now for the test class name, in between there you need now to add online classes. Sorry, this is what adding to. Then you can just say that online classes. Then you can have a paragraph at this point, then which is good. Now we have added our paragraph at this point. Now we just need now to go to our browser here and browse further for CDN. Start path. Okay, just search for that and then just need to go. So this is now just follow this. And then just need to copy these. Now this one will help you now when you're adding some icons. So this one, to add it, you just need to go back to your HTML. At this point you can write this link rel. Okay, sorry, should be, so this is link. Okay, now you just need to paste it there. With that, you just need to come back here and click on refresh, and you'll see that you have your icon here added, you have your heading here and your paragraph and all that. Okay, now you just need now to copy it into several. You just need to copy it. Okay, this card too. Okay, this is what. Okay, sorry, this is whereby we have calls to card. You can just copy it into several. So this is what. Okay, we'll have that and that. Up to there. Just copy that, and then you paste it into several. Okay, you can change. You can change the icon. Let me change the icon. The second one is just graduation cape, and then the other one is just ID card. The one is just an ID card, and then with that you just need to click on refresh. You'll see that the height on there. Okay, amazing. You can change the heading and I'll see. We have changed the heading, the icon, and also the heading here. Okay, now we just need to proceed to the next part, or to the next part, which is now to do the styling. Okay, we'll just need to start with the first class name here, which is now the benefit. Okay, we can just start with the benefit container. Okay, now we just need just below here you can just style it, and then you can say that the display will be displayed in form of a flex. We can also have the width. We can also have the width, which is displayed 100%. We can also have the height. Auto. And then margin. Margin will be just 20 pixel top and bottom, and the outer right and left. And then we'll also have the background. Now the background is set. Okay, now this is now, you see, now this is how it is appearing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now the next part is to work on the call one. Can have then we have class name, which is call one. Now the call one is this one. The call one is just this first class name, which is empty. At this point, we just need to set a background image. Just need to set a background image, and then we'll have the flex basis. You can set the flex basis. So right to 50%. Okay, or we just set it to 45. Right? Okay, no problem. So with that, you can set the background image. The background image, and then you can set the URL to set to then at this point you can have image 11. Okay, you can just set that image. Okay, and then you'll also have the background size, which is contain. Also, you'll have the background position, which is at the center. Then background repeat, no repeat. Okay. Okay. You see, now we have added our certain background image here at this point, and then we've added also this one comes to the other side. Okay, now the next part is to work on call to. I just copy this. This is now the call to. Okay, and then we can have a flex basis. Flex basis, which is set to 55%, so it should be 100%, and this one should be. And then the margin, can set the margin that 5 pixel around. Okay. Let's proceed, and then to heading 1 in call 2. Okay, we have heading 1 here. Heading 1 here in call 2, whereby we just need to copy the class name here. Okay, now therefore the heading 1 will have the color. Okay, let's call it brown. Let's put it brown. Then we'll also have the font size. The font size, which is 40 pixel. We also have the font weight, which is bold. Okay. Now the next one is to work on the card. So you have a class name here, which is card. You can have this class name, which is called to container. And then Then we'll have another, this class name here, which is called to card. So we just need to we'll have now the calls to card. Now for the card now, you can just have the width, which is set to 500 pixels. You can also have the height, which is set to auto. Then you can also have display. Now for the display, just flex, it will be just displayed in form of a flex. Okay, and then the margin will be just set to 25 pixel top and bottom, then 0 left and right. Then you can also have the cursor at this point, so you can have the cursor at this point. Okay, the background color, you can just change it to white, so it will have a, okay. Then we'll have the padding. Now the padding will be just set to 15 pixel and 10 pixel. Then to make it transit smoothly, you'll have a transition here. You'll need to add transition. Then the transition will be 0.5 seconds. Okay, now you just need now, when you place a mouse over it changes the background and all that. So you just need to add for effect. Okay, at this point, the background color changes to blue, and then the color, the test color, now this is now the test color, will be just white, just remain white. Okay, click on refresh and see. When you place your mouse here, see now this is how it is changing. Okay, see now it looks nice, Now we just need now to style the icon or these icons here. Great. Now just need to this icon here, so you can have the class name. Okay, just copy this class name, this class name, and then we'll have this is okay, the icon I for the icon. Then we'll have the font size. You can set the font size to something like 70 pixel, and then you can also set margin. Now the margin will be just out of top and bottom, and then you can also set 10 pixel left and right. Okay, now after that you can just set you will see that you will realize that you have inside this one you'll have a test. This is a test, and then at this point you'll see now it has edit to and also a paragraph. Okay, we can just style them, and then we will say that at this point, and then we have a class name which is test. Okay, for the test we'll have heading 2. Okay, sorry, that this is heading 2, and then after at this point you can just set the heading 2 to 28 pixel. Okay, and also the font size, okay, not 48, sorry, this is 48, is set to bold. Okay, I can also set, I just copy that and paste it here. Then for this one is just for paragraph. Then you can just remove the font weight and then change this one to 18 pixel, the font size. You just need to click on refresh and see. Now this is how it is appearing. Okay, the paragraph, it seems so small. So this is what is it? Okay, sorry. So you see now it looks good. It looks good. It really looks good. Now with that, you can just continue, and then we'll have now to proceed to the next section, whereby it's about now the how recommendation by other students or successful students, what they had to say about this. Now this is another section, and to do that we just need now to go to our HTML, then just below here can add a section, section and give it a class name, which is, let's call it testimonial. Okay, let's call it testimonial. Then at this point you can now edit to, and then can call it recommendation by. Okay, then at this point you can have now a heading 1, our successful students. Okay, you could just say by our successful students. Then we'll need now to create a card or the testimonial container. We need to create those cards. Now we just need to add a testimonial container. Okay, press enter. Then you can just say this is now to add another class name or testimonial call. Let's just call it this now testimonial. Okay. Nice. With that, you can just add another one here, which is image box. Now inside the image box, we'll have now the image. You can set the first image here, which is images. Okay, that's our first image. Then inside the image class name, you can add heading 3, which is, let's call it Johnson Sakaja. And you can add a span, former school president. Okay, now we have added a span there at this point. Then now you just need to go to outside the image box class name, and then you'll need to add a certain paragraph at this point. Add a certain paragraph. Okay, the paragraph will be, okay, that will be the paragraph. And then we'll need now to add an icon here. So we can add an icon. So I just copy this. And just copy this class and this. Then just below just before this. Then you can change this one to you can just change this one to quote left. Okay, just click on refresh and see. Now this is how it is appearing. You see the quote and all that. So this is now our cut. You just need now to proceed to styling it. And then first of all, we just need to start with the testimonial. Okay, so you can have this is what, and with that you can start with the margin. You can set the margin to 10 pixels top and bottom, and then auto. The position will be just relative. Okay, I can also have the background. The background will be just so it will be just that color. And then the next one is to style now the heading 2 now at this point. So we can have heading 2, and then the heading 2 will have a color. We'll have a color which is brown. You can have okay, we can just set it to brown. Okay, you can also have the font size. The font size which is set to 26 pixel, and then you can have the font weight. You can just set it to bold. You can have text align, set it to center. Okay, now let's click on refresh. See, now it's amazing. Okay, now the next one, you just need to copy all this. You can just copy all that, then just need to paste here. Then just change this one to heading 1, and then the color here, the color will be just by default, or you can just set it to black. Okay, now the font size, I will have to increase the font size to something like 38 pixel. Then the font weight, okay, just set it to bolder. Okay, now the text align, it will be the same at the center, and also you can also set the letter spacing. Letter spacing to 4 pixel. Great. You see now, this is how it is appearing. Okay, now we proceed to styling the testimonial container. The container now, you can just copy that. Then just below here, we can have the width set to 100%. Sorry, this is 100%. The height, which is set to auto. The display be just in form of a flex. Also justify content at the center. Then you can also say flex wrap, wrap. And then you can also set the margin set to 20 pixel auto. Okay, you see now it is appearing. Okay, now the next one is just to style now the testimonial call. which column? Now the card itself. We just need to style the card itself, and then sorry, this is at this point you can have a dot. Okay. the width will be just the width will be just 360 pixel. You can also have the height. The height is also set to auto. You can also set the background color. Background is set to and then we'll also have the margin. Sorry, this is the margin. Now the margin is set to 10 pixel top and bottom, and then 15 pixel right and left. Okay, then you can also have now the cursor. The cursor pointer. Okay, and also have the transition to make it transition to one. Okay, transition. We are adding transition here. Now the transition will be just 1 second. Okay, you see now this is how it is appearing. Now the next one is just to style. Now there we just need now to style the image box. The image box is where you have the image and also heading 3. Now for this you can just start with the testimonial call, and you can have image box. Then you'll have the display. Set the display to be flex. It will be just displayed in form of a flex. Then you can have the margin, which is set to auto top and bottom, 10 pixel right and left. And you can also have flex wrap. You can have wrap. Okay, now with that, just need now to copy the class name here, this one. Then you can start the image. Now this is the image. The height, you can have the height to 100 pixel. The width to 100 pixel. To border radius 50%. Also have the border switch to 2 pixel solid. Okay, then you can have the margin. Set to 10 pixel around. Okay, that we just need to see. Now this is how it is appearing. Okay, we just need to style the heading 3. Now this is heading 3. And then you can set the font size to 24 pixel. Okay, font width. The font width to bold. Also have the color, which is set to black. Okay, then you can also have the margin, which is set to 10 pixel auto. Okay, you'll realize that inside now the heading 3 we have a span. Now I explain more about this name. Then this is the span here. Okay, now to work on the span, just need to copy. Just need to copy this. Just copy it all. Just copy it. Then this is heading 3. Then this is span. Okay, for the color, the font size will be just reduced to 17 pixel. the for DTF can be set to 500. Okay, and then at this point you can just set this one to green. Okay, so now this is how it is appearing. Now the next one is now to work on the copy the class name, copy the class name here, then you okay, this is a paragraph. Now you have your paragraph here. Okay, now to work on the paragraph, we just need to set the font size. Okay, the font size to 17 pixels, and then also the margin. You can also set the margin to 10 pixels out. Okay, now the next one is to work on the icon here, this icon here. Okay, now that icon, to do that, just need to copy this, and then can say that this is P and then high, which is icon, and then the font size will be just 28 pixels. Then also the color, you can change the color to green. Right. Now you see how it is appearing now. This is how it is appearing. And on a larger screen, you see how it is appearing. Okay. Now, okay, we can now see. Now, when you place a mouse on the test column or the testimonial call, you can just copy this class name here, and then just below here, you can just say the hover and then transform, and you'll have a scale which is 1.1. Great. Now let's click on efficiency. Now when you place a mouse, you see now it's changing, transforming to 1.1, scale of 1.1. Amazing. Now to do this, you can just copy this one into several. You can just copy this class name here, which is just copy this into several 2-3 cards, and then you can change the name, the images. So let me okay, after changing the images and also the name and all that, you just need to go back and click on refresh. You will realize that we have okay, this one we have Philip, can give it Philip Mutuko. Okay, 2 names. Okay, this is now Philip Mutuko, and you can see that you'll see now this is how it is appearing. If you place a mouse, see how it is changing. Now you just need to work on the next session, or the next section. The next section is now the courses. Okay, now this is so simple, and for the courses, and then to do this, you just need to now to go back to your CSS or your HTML part. Okay, we'll have another section here. Okay, sorry, this is section, and you can give it a class name which is courses. We'll have heading 1, and then at this point we can just call it courses. Okay, now we just need to write another one, heading 2, then you can say that browse browse our online courses now. Great. Now, after that, you can just start building now the container, the course container. You can call it course container. This is now the div class, the class name, which is okay. Then with that, you can just create another for card, which is course card. Just call it course card. Okay. Then after that, we can add an add-in 3. Add-in 3. Then call it cloud computing. Call it cloud computing. And inside the add-in 3 now, we can have a span. Can have a span. Then okay. Now then just before the heading 3 here, we can insert an icon. We can just insert an icon here. Okay, for this, and then we can just change here to desktop. Okay. Now you'll see that we have this and also this card. Okay, here, and also the icon. Okay. Now we can just proceed to styling. We can just proceed to styling, and we will start with the courses. I just copy this class name, the courses. Okay. And then for the courses here, we'll have the margin. We'll have the margin set to 15 pixel auto. Position. The position is set to relative. And then the text align center. We just set at the center. Okay. Now we just need to have we need to style now the heading 1. We just need to style the heading 1, which is courses. Now at this point, I just say that the color will be just brown. You can also have the font size. The font size, which is set to 26 pixel. You can also have the font weight, which is bold. Okay. Now I can just copy all this. And then I can change this one to heading 2. Okay, this is heading 2 now. The heading 2 is browse of online courses. Okay, you can change the color. Can change the color to black. Okay, now the font size here will be just 33. Or just let's set it to 36 pixel. Okay, and also that the bold will be the same, and then just need to see browse our online courses. And then we just need now to proceed to the master section, whereby it's to style the course container. This one now, the class name here. You can just copy it. Then just here you can have now the background. You can set the background. that color. Can have the display, just flex. Okay, let's try content center. Also have the length, just set to 85%. Can also have the margin. The margin is set to 10 pixel top and bottom and auto right and left. Okay, you can also have flex wrap. And then you can set it to wrap. Great. Okay, this is it now, you see. Okay, let's now we just need to now start styling now the course card. Okay, we have a course card here. Okay, at this point we can just set the width. Correct, the width just set to 150 pixels. And then the height set to auto. And then the background color, okay, the background just set to white. Okay, the border radius, we can have border radius which is set to 8 pixel. Then we can have the margin which is set to 10 pixel. Great. You can also have the cursor which is pointer. And then you can also have the transition. Okay, transition, when you place mouse over it, it transitions. Okay, 0.8 seconds. Okay, now you just need to show, or when you place a mouse over it, the hoover effect, and then at this point the opacity changes to 0.4. Okay, now let's click on refresh and see that you see the opacity is changing. Okay, now with that we need now to style now the icon and also the heading 3, and then you can have this is what okay, the icon. You can just style the icon and set the font size. You can set the font size to 50 pixel, and then the margin all around can be just set to 10 pixel. Okay, now with that you can just style heading 3, then you can change the color to green. You can also set the font size to 20 pixel, and then the margin bottom I just set it to 10 pixel. Right, you see, now this is how it is appearing now. But you'll realize that inside the heading 3 we have a span. Okay, now this span now. Okay, for that span you just need to copy this. Just copy this. Let's copy that. Then we'll change this one to, we'll have then this is span, and then for this you can change the color. The color will be just black. Okay, now the font size will reduce. The font size will reduce to 16 pixel. And font weight, we'll have a font weight which is 500. Great. You see? Now this is how it is appearing. It is looking nice now. Okay. We can just copy these into several. You can just copy this into several after you have styled that. You can just copy it into several, whereby you'll just need to copy just from here up to there. And then you just paste it into several. Okay, you see, now this is how it is appearing. You can change the icon and everything, and also the title, and you'll be able, and also the title for the courses, and it will really look nice. Okay, now with that, you can just proceed to the next section. The next section is now the contact. We'll have to add now the contact section. The contact section is this. Now this is simple to add a contact section. Now to add the contact section, you just need to go back to your and add a section. You can add a section here and then call it a class name, which is contact. Let's call it contact. Okay, next you'll need to add another class name here, which is contact container. Let's call it contact container, and then we'll have call one. This is now call one. Okay, now for the call one, just need to add my test. Now this is another class name inside the call one. And then in this one, you need now to add heading one, and then say that get in touch with us. Okay, now for the other one, you just need to add a paragraph, and it will be, because this is a paragraph, you may call us or write a message, or stuff will reply to you as soon as possible. And now the next one is to add, now just below the paragraph here, you can add certain information, like you can add this is called or SMS. Okay, and this one you can give your phone number. Okay, or so those are just random numbers. Okay, you can also add another information there, and say email. You can just give a certain email there. Okay, this is just a simple email. Then after that, you can add some icons there. You can add some icons for the social media icons, and for this you'll just need to copy this. You just need to copy that, then you can just Now the first one we'll have Facebook. I change to the second one to be Twitter. Telegram, then WhatsApp. But then you click on refresh. If you click on refresh now, you'll see this. This is now what you have. Okay. Now we can start styling this, or before we start styling, we can just add call to, whereby this is now okay. Okay, this is now we have call one, then we have inside the contact form we can have now. This is now the call to, and this call to, give it call to. Okay, now for the call to, we just give it heading one. We can start with the heading one, then you can write test message. Then you can add a certain span, this span. Then you can say add a certain span here and say that areas are mandatory. Okay, now after that is heading one, and then you can start building your form. You can start building your form. Right, now this is your form. Now this is now your form. You'll start with now the full name. You can see that this one gives some placeholder and all that, and then you'll add sub button. You give them a class name which is btn1 and the btn2, submit and also cancel. Okay, now after that you just need to refresh and see this is now how it is appearing. Okay, now we just need to proceed and start styling now our work. Just need to proceed and start building. Styling our section. Now let's go to CSS, but before that we can just copy this class name here, the class name which is conduct. Just copy this is conduct. Okay, background, level background, color which is F4. Okay, can also have the position set to relative, the width is set to 100%, and the height is set to auto. Can also set the margin to 30 pixel auto. Okay, you see now this is how it is appearing. Great. Now after that you just need to go to the container or the conduct container, this one, and then just below here you can have the display which is to flex. You can also have the flex wrap, which is wrap. You can also have justify content. space between. Okay, click on refresh. You'll see now this is how it is appearing. You have your some information on this side and then the form on the other side. Okay, now we just need to start with the call one. Call one is this one now where we get your certain. So we'll start with this is call one. Okay, we can have the flex basis set to 50%. Can have the border none, but the border right can have 4 pixels solid, and then it will be in form white. It will be white, and then just align just at the center, and then we are done with that. So you see, okay, it has come to the center here. So we need to proceed. We can proceed, and then just need to copy this. Just copy this, all of this class name, paste it there, and then start with my test. This is a class name where we have some information there, and then you can set the margin top, okay, to 40 pixels, so it will push the content, the whole content down there. Just click on refresh, then see this is how it is pushed, 40%. Okay, now so just copy that, the class name there, and then start with the heading one. The heading one now is just this one here where we have get in touch, and then you can start it, and the color will be just brown. Let's continue on the right. The font size will be just 45 pixels. Now letter spacing, to 2 pixels. The font weight is set to bold. Margin bottom, which is set to 8 pixels. Then we have paragraph. This point we have this paragraph now, the paragraph tag here, which is okay. Now the paragraph here, we just have a color, just green. Let's set it to green. Okay, you can also have the font size, to 16 pixels. You can also have the margin bottom 8 pixels. Crash. Then you can have now high, whereby we have now this is now the high now. But we'll have now to set the margin, to 15 pixels. Outer font size 10 pixels, and then you can proceed to set the icon. We just need to start the icon now. Now this is I. You can just see the font size. The font size for the icons will be just 24 pixels. The color will be just green. You can have the cursor. Just point. And then you can have margin all around. Set to 10 pixels. Now transition. Transition is to make it smooth when you place some mouse over it. Then this one is 0.8. Okay. Now we just need now to copy all this. And then when you place a mouse over it, what happens? Now the color changes to blue. Okay, and then transform. Lava scale, which is 1.2. Okay, let's click on refresh. You see this problem is high. This is 18, not 8. This is 18. Okay, you see. Now when you place your mouse here, it changes the background to blue. It also transforms to a scale of 1.2. Okay, we just need to work on the next section. Which is now just copy this. This is now heading 2. You're just studying heading 2. Okay, we'll just remove the tester line. Also remove the border, the right. The flex spaces will be just 50, and also margin. So we can have margin at this point. The margin bottom can be set to 15 pixels. Then tester line just at the center. Right. Now after that, you just need to style. This one is to style now the heading 1. This one. Okay. Now for this one, just need to copy this class name. Then this is heading 1. Okay, we can have font size, which is 40 pixels. Okay, we can have the color set to brown. You can also set the font weight. You can set the font weight to bold. Then the margin to 15 pixels. Outer 10 pixels auto. Okay, this means that the margin at the top, margin at the right, margin at the bottom, and also at the left. Okay, now with that, you just need to click on refresh here, and this is how now it is appearing. Okay, you will realize that inside that heading 1 we have a span. The span area smart with this one. Okay, so we need now to copy the whole of this, and then we'll start work on span. Now the span, the font size will be just reduced. The font size will reduce to 17 pixels. Okay, and then the color color will just be green. Okay, now after that I just copy this class name here. Just copy the class name there, and then here you'll work on superscript. Superscript is now the star which is here, and also you'll see at every time this one now will be showing that this field they are mandatory. See now your message, your full name, your email, and also this one. Okay, now to do that you just need to change the color of the superscript to red. Okay, that you can just change it to red. Okay, just to see the way it is appearing. Now we are working on we just want now to start working on the form. So we have your class name there, and then form. Okay, now the form will have a margin left. You can set it to 30%. Okay, then the Ford family. Okay, not Ford family, sorry. So this is now, the form will have a background. Let's start with the background first. The background which is set to white. Okay, we'll have the width. The width will just be set to 40%, and the margin left we just set to 30%. Okay, let's click on refresh and see. Now this is now your form, how it is appearing. Now next we just need to work on the label. The label is what the label here, full name, email, subject, your message. Okay, now we are working on the label now. For the label, now we'll have a margin left, which is negative 30%. Okay, we'll also have the Ford family. So set the Ford family. Okay, real. Then the Ford weight. The Ford weight will be just set to bold. Great. Now we have the form input, the form input now, the input field, and also the test area. So the input and also they will have a width. We have a width which is 75%. So have the padding, which is 8 pixel to 20 pixel. Okay, now the border radius. The border is just 3 to 10 pixel. Then you can have the border. Border is 1 pixel. Solid. Okay, and you can also have margin bottom. 10 pixel. Okay, let's click on refresh and see. This is now how it is appearing. You have your message here. Okay, now we can now work on the button, whereby we have now this is what the card equal to form button. Okay, the font size 18 pixel, for the weight to bold, color to white, border to none, border radius set to 25 pixel or set it to 30 pixel. Now the padding button can have 4 pixel top and then 15 pixel. You can also have the margin around is 10 pixel. You can also have cursor pointer. Then transition, we add the transition now to make it smooth when you place a mouse over it. Then on this one you can set it to 0.6 seconds. Okay. Now we just want now when you place a mouse over it, now what happens? You'll see that the background changes to white, color turns to black, and then the border will be just 1 pixel solid. Okay, now let's click on refresh. You see your buttons here. Okay, now we just need now to change now the background color for this one, submit, and also, and for that, to do that, you'll see that this one they have a class name which is different, bt1 and bt2, btn2. Okay, now we just need to now this is what btn1. Okay, the background will be just blue. We can just set it to green. And then for this one, you can just copy it, change this one to this is a class name. I should have a dot. So this one is bt2, and then the background will be red. Great. Now just click on refresh. Do you see? Now you have your. Okay. Now that is now all about the conduct section. Now we are working on the last section, which is footer. Now we want to create a very beautiful footer, and to do that you just need to go back to your HTML or to your HTML, and then you can start with the footer. Okay, great. Now we need to create a footer container, and so whereby will be footer container. Okay, for the footer container you can also have a footer call, those columns. Now the footer call. Okay, you need to add a certain heading 2, which is Lawson I'll just call it lesson school. Okay, and then you'll also need to add a span. Also need to add a span at this point, and then you can say that this is education lights the way. Okay. Now, after that, you can add a certain paragraph here. Great. Now this is now our paragraph that the school was open, this and this, and then you'll add some social icon here using that class. You can add Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn and all that. You can you'll need now to copy the footer call into different column. The other one will be explore, and then you'll add some links here. The other one is just footer call, and then you'll add another quick links. These are various links. Then you'll add recent post. You'll add recent post. This is just another footer call, and then at this point you'll need to add create a card, and then this card will have now the image, and then the image will also have certain icons here for the calendar and also for the user. Okay, then lastly we'll have another footer call that shows the if you have a question, and also the location and phone number, and also the email. Then lastly, not the least, you'll have a paragraph here showing the copyright. Okay, now let's go back to our browser and then click refresh and see. This is now your our footer appears. Okay, this is now how our footer this is now our footer appears. Okay, now to do that, you just need to go to our CSS and then start styling. Just need to start styling your CSS, and you will start with the footer. Okay, we love the width, which is set to 100%. We'll also have the height, which is set to auto. Okay, we'll also have the background which is set to this color. Also the bottom which is to 0. Okay, great. Okay, the next one is to style now the footer container. Now we have a footer container here, this class name here. We need to style this. Display. It will be just displayed in form of a flex. And then you'll have the flex wrap, and then this one will be wrap, and we'll also have the justify content. We'll have at the center, and we'll also have the margin just set to 10 pixels. Great. Now the next one is to style now the footer call. Now the footer call will have a margin which is 15 pixel, 20 pixel. You see? Now this is how now your footer appears. This is how now your footer appears. Great. Now we can continue and you'll need to style the heading 2 in footer call 1, the heading 2 here, which is last one and all that. So to do that, just need to we have heading 2 here. We can set the font size, font family, font weight, and also font size. And then you'll realize that heading towards a span here, which is education, and then you'll need now to style it here, the color, the font size. Then we proceed to the next one, which is a paragraph. Now paragraph with this one here, the paragraph here, we can style the padding and also the font size. Then we proceed to the social links are this one now, the Facebook and all that, in that case. And then you realize that this is now, you need to style them, and just display will be in line block margin 10. Also this one, the icons themselves, now just need to set the font size, transition, and all that. And then the next, you need to set now the background color when you change when you click on the button, okay, or when you place on the icon, not button, on the icon, the background color, the color changes, and also the transform to 1.2, okay, scale of 1.2. Then the next one is the list style, okay, it will be none. So this one is just for the this one. Now see here we have terms and condition here, it should appear into a list form. So the list here, we'll remove that to remove the bulletin and all that. Then we'll also have set the color, okay, the color of the links, now the font size, the color, the margin, and the decoration, to remove underline and all that. And then when you place a mouse, the color changes to blue, okay. And the next one is the font card. Now the card is in footer call. The next one here, footer card, whereby we have a footer card, and then inside the footer card we have an image, we have a footer text, which is now given. Then the first one is having the two icons here and some information, one for the calendar and also another one for the user, and they're all posted. And then the paragraph here giving the brief, okay, about the post, okay. Now you realize that the image is set to this height and also the width, and also the footer text will also have the margin top and bottom auto, and then right and left 5 pixel. We'll have the heading 5, which is set to 17 pixel. The heading 5 is now where we have the user and the date, and then we'll set the also the, okay. So that's how you realize that this one is a called location. This is now for the last one for the location, and then this one is for the right. The right is now there. This one now we give it a class name, which is right, copyright, and all that. So this one is just used to insert the copyright logo or the icon, okay. That will give you, that is it. So if you click back or you click your site, then you see that this is how it is appearing, and you can browse, you can see that it's changing. You can see this is how now your recent post and all that. You see now the icon, they're changing and all that. So you can see that your website is now complete. Your website is now complete. Now this is how basically you can create a very good educational website. And probably this week or next week we'll discuss on how you can do backend development, whereby we'll lost to link on these forms, the various social icons, these links now, and all that. We'll need the courses and the payment of these courses. We'll link all the each. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And also remember you can view our courses from learntechphilo.com, or you can just check the link just below the description part, and you'll be able to be one of these great team.